Hello, my name is Fabian. I'm working on a project with Chris. So, what we're going to be doing first is Chris sent me this skull. It's a little plastic decorative skull, little Halloween kind of a thing going on. And I am going to make it prettier, for lack of a better term. And so basically, I'm going to take the skull and I am going to decorate it in the traditional Mexican holiday of Day of the Dead. Later, Chris will add to it, and I don't want to give away all the punchlines, so let's just take it one step at a time. The first thing is I gotta take this skull and I gotta remove the top of his head. Okay, that's it. You know, no rocket science here. Just listen to the Ramones and play Lobotomy. That's a pretty good song for, you know, doing this procedure. If you want, you take some sandpaper and just sand it around, sand the edges, sand the inside. It's not vital that you do this because most of this will probably be covered up later. So, but if you want, you know, just a nicer, cleaner finish or whatever, just take a little sandpaper and get all those rough edges off of there. I'll leave it up to Chris to see whether or not he wants to keep that little light. My job is the decoration of the skull. So the next step is I want to do this skull black. It's untraditional to do it black, but I think it's going to give a very dramatic effect to it. So next step is just to paint it up. I thought I'd take a second to show you what I'm going to be working with before I show you the spray paint finish on the black skull. This is actually the classic shape of the designs to the Day of the Dead. This is actually what I wanted because I knew I was going to be making this pattern freestyle with my own talent, but with this I was going to decorate it a little bit more. Crazy glue, just in case if we're going to be putting it to a base or a background. You never know when you need crazy glue. And paint pen, super good stuff. So I'm back, and with a quick change of wardrobe because I figured with the black shirt that I was wearing you wouldn't be able to see the black skull. I used a flat paint. Now traditionally the Day of the Dead skulls are just white skulls and decorated in very vibrant colors. Well, I'm not a traditional guy, so I'm not doing that. I want something that just looks cool. I'm going to begin with a paint pen. And I need the ink to flow on this paint pen. There. Shake it up, make sure you get the paint all nice and loose in there. And it's going to come with a white tip. Basically that tip is going to turn red as you compress this little plunger down. But you got to obviously do it upside down. So as soon as I get the paint flowing on it, we'll see how that writes. The first step is to give it the flower pattern around the eye sockets. That is as traditional as it gets. You can do anything you want to it, but typically and normally you have a flower pattern around the eyes. You could even, like, you know, use actual flowers in the eye socket. So going on this all freestyle, so even imperfections are going to be a part of it. So here we go. It begins. I will be repeating a lot of the same patterns on the other side, but simultaneously I also got to make sure that the paint does dry. So we'll bring in some of these lines closer to the eye socket. I'm not worried about perfection. This is just for fun. That's what I have so far. I'm not getting crazy or elaborate with it. I'm just kind of having fun with it, playing with kind of symmetrical sides, but you know, the whole polished look is just not really what you want to go for. It's just supposed to be a festive day. So I like where I'm heading with this. I'm gonna add a little bit more, but what I'd like to try is these blinged out little things that I have. So these, I don't know, never used these before. Let's see if these are even going to work. If not, just continue on decorating it the way I have. But I think that these are going to act as a pretty cool... We'll see. I really struggled to put these on, and so I did my best to fit it into place. It looks pretty cool. I think I will use them, but they're kind of difficult to work with. I kind of just added that last piece to the one that was pre-existing, so it kind of looks like it just flowed right off of that line. Looks pretty good. I might tack it in a couple spots with some of the super glue and make sure that that's what holds it into place. But that's pretty good. I mean, it's already starting to take shape and form, and like I said, it's the second part that'll really make this piece pop. I went a little further and I actually added all the stones to the eyes and a couple down here. Kind of looks like some mustache, but whatever. It's looking really good. It's looking really cool. I got a few more small details to put here and there. Put a little bit of red in the background, but for the most part, I'm nearly done, and then it's going to be Chris taking over from here. So I have the last little few details, and I'll show you the end result in a few minutes. Nothing more than just a few more swirlies in the background. A lot of people like to play with patterns of, like, say, flowers or any kind of decorative pieces, triangles or squares or anything like that. I keep mine pretty simple. That's my style. Like I said, if you're going to be trying to do something like this, have fun with it. That's all. Just have fun.
Hey, Chris Spiker, Antelope Valley Florist, Lancaster, California. I've been working with Fabian on this project. A few years ago, his wife had a photo show, an art show, and I brought a skull. I wasn't even thinking Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, but I gave Fabian a skull, similar to the one he's arranged for us here, and it was full of flowers, and he said, hey, let's make that again. So we've done the whole process. We found a skull, and Fabian decorated it. Beautiful work. Thank you, Fabian. And we're going to put flowers in it. So we're doing fresh flowers. And Day of the Dead, Dia los Muertos. Red is good. Yellow, orange. The Latin American countries like yellow and orange because those are the colors that they believe attract the spirits. Day of the Dead is a day of remembrance. They believe you die 3 times in life. Once when you're born, and secondly, your actual death when you leave the flesh, and thirdly, when nobody remembers you anymore. And the artwork has to match the amazing skull that Fabian has decorated for us. A little bit more of the yellow. Yep, that's what I said. What I like about this material also is it's easy to work with. So you got the red berries and the red and yellow roses. You've got the solid aster. You've got some of the black foliages. And the Day of the Dead is a huge holiday in the South. It's getting to be bigger here in North America, but every store you go into has a display, something like that, of skulls. So you can find all size skulls that hold a votive candle. Just make sure anytime you have a live candle, be careful with it. You can get the little battery operated candles. The price keeps coming down. So this is a great looking skull. It's open in the back for flowers. And even a skull candle. Pretty cool, huh? So that's my Day of the Dead arrangement, Dia de los Muertos. And this one is a gift to Fabian, Iezzi, my buddy in the tattoo business. It's been a lot of fun collaborating. Let's have them on, we'll have a chat. So Fabian, finished product, what do you think?
I love it. I love it. Better than I expected it. You made my work look a lot better. Another level, or the next project that we could be taken on is, I found smaller skulls, and I was thinking this one would be cool, as opposed to just, you know, doing the same thing. Slice this one right down the back, so you pretty much only have the face. Let me see this face for a second. Take the face and then adhere it to the frame, you know, after decorated, add some flowers to it, and now you have like a plaque.
Yeah.
Kind of a look to it. And it goes on and on and on, you know. It could have been done to this one. You found this one.
Yeah. Yeah. And this already is half price. The holiday hasn't even happened yet.
Perfect.
And they've already marked it down.
Perfect. And yeah, what is this, a candle holder or something?
Yeah.
Again, you know, you've got to think outside of the box and see something, not for just what it is, but the potential that it has. Take your creativity to the next level. You know, it could be found with anything. This candle will work. You've got some more things over there.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, this is the perfect time and season, you know, and it's just fun. It's all in good fun. The last thing is that what sparked this project. Of course, you gave me the skull, you gave me the flowers, and I fell in love
That
with
was
it.
a couple years ago.
More than a couple years ago.
4 or 5.
My daughter wasn't even in our lives, so it was 7, 8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you remembered.
Oh, it was.
You know, people think flowers are impractical.
I've only received flowers a few times in my life. You're the first man to give me flowers, so
Well,
it was a little.
It was a momentous occasion.
I absolutely
It was
loved it.
Priscilla's show, right?
It was
You
incredible.
can't show up empty-handed.
What had happened once you gave it to me is that we took our trip to the Philippines, and that's where we got to know each other. And I remember I had to win over everybody's hearts because we were with a bunch of SDAs, Seventh-day Adventists.
Right. And you're the new guy.
I'm the new guy with
And
the
you got
tattoos,
tattoos.
and that was like who's the weirdo, you know? So I had to win them over, and one of the tactics I did was I brought my portfolio full of my art and my tattooing, and you were one of the only people who asked me what's up with the skulls and the flowers. Of course, flowers were caught your attention,
Yeah.
but there was so much of it in my artwork and in my tattooing that when you gave me that piece, I went right back to that moment in the Philippines when you asked me that, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do this for Chris, and I gotta take it to that next level where the interest that you have is like, here, a re-gift right back at you.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, that's how long this project goes back. So,
That's the thing about ideas and improvisation. You never say no. You just keep it up.
It happened so organically.
Yeah.
You know, and the exchange was perfect. It couldn't have been perfect. I haven't seen anybody do this, so I'm not trying to, corner a market or anything like that.
Yeah.
Giving this one away. So don't take orders. I'm not placing orders, and
It's just fun to share a great idea and a nice friendship.
yes.
And so here we are sitting in Riverside, California, enjoying Dia de los Muertos with Fabian and Chris. Thanks for watching.
Until the next time.
You bet.